Before the war, there was laughter. The siblings Minjun and So-oh ran barefoot through the rice fields of a small Korean village. They chased dragonflies, shared steamed rice wrapped in leaves, and counted stars under the same night sky. They didn't know what north or south meant. All they knew was family and love. Before sleep, their mother would whisper, "No matter where you go, blood remembers blood." And Minjun would promise his little sister, "I'll always find you, So-oh, always." But promises made in peace are tested in the fire of war. When the Korean War broke out, the peaceful hills turned to smoke and chaos. Planes roared overhead, villages burned, families scattered. Minjun, only 12, was grabbed by soldiers heading south. Sua's hand slipped from his, her small fingers reaching out as she was pulled into the crowd. He screamed her name, but the sound was drowned by explosions. 4 days he searched, calling out for her until his voice went dry, but she was gone. Years passed. The war ended, but the border was born a line no one could cross, guarded by fear and silence. In the south, Minjun grew into a man. He worked in markets, washed dishes, saved every coin he earned. But every night, when the city lights went out, he'd whisper to the wind, "So-oh, if you can hear me, I'm still looking." Decades rolled by like the turning of a silent wheel. One night, as Minjun watched the news in his tiny Seoul apartment, his eyes froze on the screen. It showed families gray-haired, weeping, reuniting for the first time in 50 years. And among them a woman. Her eyes, her smile, it looked just like So-oh. His heart started to race. He sent letters, photos, records, anything that might prove who he was. Months of waiting passed in silence. Then one morning, an envelope arrived. Inside was a single line, handwritten in shaky letters. "Ape, I'm alive. I never forgot your promise." The day of the reunion, the border was filled with faces, some smiling, others trembling in disbelief. Minjun's hand shook as he waited. Then, through the glass doors, he saw her. So-oh, his sister, now an old woman with the same gentle eyes. They reached for each other across a fence, stairs falling, words failing. For a moment, the world disappeared. It was just a brother and a sister, finding each other again after a lifetime apart. He whispered, "I told you I'd find you." And she smiled, replying softly, "You kept your promise." They had only 3 days before she had to return to the north. They ate together, laughed at childhood memories, and watched the sunset side by side, silent, content. When the final bus came, So pressed her hand against the window. Minjun walked beside it until it disappeared into the mist. He didn't cry, because love doesn't end at the border. Borders can divide nations, but a brother's promise that lives forever. Would you wait a lifetime for someone you love? Inspired by true reunions of divided Korean families. Bloodline Stories House. If you found this video interesting, subscribe for more.